They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Brady now on first down. He's got time. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tramon Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
I'm not sure if there's been a better tandem than Brady to Gronk for the last half-decade, so it can be a surprise when they don't hook up and a downright shock when a ball's intercepted. But that is great instincts here defensively to come away with the football.
Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Man, it wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
A fake to Crowell. Now it's Kessler. Looking for Barnage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. As the offensive starters pop up on your screen, Charles, let me ask you, Chris Hogan, what does he bring to this offense?
A guy that you look at and really don't circle in your game plan. If there's other guys that you look at, then you realize this guy can do damage. Finds his way open on almost every snap.
They try again with Lewis. And not much of an opening there, as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And that linebacker group today could be very key.
As we were preparing for this game, you pointed out to me as we were watching film that the linebackers look like an elite unit. I agree with you totally. They move around, fly to the football, and take it.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on 3rd down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. So on 4th down, the left-footed Ryan Allen to kick it away for the Pats. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? 'Cause that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And with Gronkowski, the buzz after the Seahawks game was that 4th down fade pattern. Was it the right call? Did Cam Chancellor hold? What did you see?
I have a lot of people that I work with that go crazy whenever they see a fade ball. They're like, that play never works. But I don't believe that to be true. I think that it's a very effective play when run correctly. And the problem that they had on that play, Gronk was being defended by Cam Chancellor, who was also a big body safety. They're like 2 mastodons in the end zone. I was glad that there was no flag. Let them work it out themselves. Incomplete. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude. But I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. To throw, it's Brady. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Charles, Isaiah Crowell, he could only muster 23 yards on 9 carries in Week 10. But once again, they get behind. They're throwing the ball more. Tough to get anything going in the run game.
Is that under the category of stop if you've heard this before?
Absolutely, because I know you have.
Yeah, we both have, and that's what's going on with Cleveland now. In fact, the head coach, Hugh Jackson, has a lot of regrets about Isaiah Crowell not being able to touch the ball more. He thinks he's a valuable weapon, but when you're playing from behind like that, the ball has to go in the air.
And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field, and when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
On second down, Kessler. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. Adding it up after 10 weeks prior, 51 catches, 627 yards. You know, between he and Corey Coleman, the receiver position really may be the only bright spot for the Browns this year.
And it's only going to get brighter because Terrell Pryor's in his first full year as a wide receiver, and you know he's going to get nothing but better. And don't forget Corey Coleman, a first-round draft choice, lost time due to a broken hand. And don't forget Gary Barnidge, one of the better pass-catching tight ends in the league.
Clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. They keep it with Crowell on first. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell, 25 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And that'll bring up second down.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the second one.
They'll come out in the pistol. Brady gives this one to Lewis. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. throwing on first down is Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Caught left side, Bennett. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it second down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. 8 yards still remaining here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. They will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. Another pistol look here. Brady now on first down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Have we yet met a receiver that wasn't excited about getting a chance to play with Tom Brady?
Absolutely not.
And Martellus Bennett bringing his considerable skills to New England now. Going to hook up with Mr. Brady for another completion here.
Yeah, 90 catches a couple years ago in Chicago, 53 last year for Bennett. They'll run for it with Dion Lewis. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Again, it's Lewis. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Now from back at the 5. This is 3rd and goal.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack. The offensive line is just getting
caught by Amendola. Patriot touchdown. Danny Amendola, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. You have a lot of plays, a lot of options.